Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while, it's been about a week since I've posted a video. The last video was the maiden of these three planes, so the Piper Cub, the little Flatty, and of course the Stealthy Flyer. There was some damage on the Piper. We have repaired that with some hot glue. What we've also done is put 3 degrees of right angle as well as 3 degrees down to hopefully take care of that. Everything seemed to fly really tail heavy. So what we're going to do is move the battery forward on most of these that we can do that with. So the Piper will re-maiden with the battery further up. In this case, we're going to try to make everything a little bit nose heavy to see if we can get them to flatten out, plane out, and then actually fly. So that's what's gone on with the Piper. Move that aside. Next we're going to talk about the Flatty. So the battery was back here. What we're going to do instead is move the battery up to the front to compensate for this angle. I believe that with the tilt that we have here, what's happening is it has a tendency to want to go up and flop around like this. So what we want to do is bring it back down, bring the weight in. Even though right now it's somewhere in there, it might be a little nose heavy. I thought that was going to be the case, but not nose heavy enough. I think when we put the battery back here, it just made it too much. So we're going to put the battery up front, try to see if that makes a difference. If that doesn't make a difference, the next thing to do will be to take the servos and bring them forward to try to make more weight forward. So we'll see how everything goes. We'll see what the change will be on that. The final one we're going to talk about is the Stealthy Flyer here. So it looked like it wanted to go without the canopy. We are missing some weight up here. I think possibly the solution is to put a little extra weight up in the front, and we'll close this in some way, shape, or form to make sure that the battery doesn't fly out. We'll probably Velcro in that battery. Pardon. It's a little dusty with all the wind we've been having here. We have the Santa Anas coming through, so I haven't been able to really fly. Also, I have been building a enclosure around our pool equipment, so that's one of the reasons why I've been away for so long, trying to finish that up. But going into this, our problem, when I said we had a loose, I was trying to figure out where was going on, where we had a loose firewall, and maybe you can see this on the camera. I'm going to wiggle that. We have a crack along this wall here. So that has compromised that. Everything on the other side, in the inside here, was fine. I thought I might have to cut this open to get in to figure out where to glue. Instead, what we're going to do is reinforce this. Now, I could add more foam into here, which I think is going to be our solution. We're going to glue that extra foam in with extra glue, and hopefully we'll secure that. So we'll find some foam here. We're going to cut it to size, so we'll say about there. Alright, and then of course we'll have to triangulate it, so what I'm going to do is just kind of be very careful doing this. I'm going to get my finger out of the way. You could do this with a ruler if you're worried about it. Check our shape here. We don't need all of it, we just need a piece about that big. So if our piece sits right, I've done everything right, that should slide right in, which it did. Just like that. I'm going to leave the paper on one side and we'll peel off the other, because we don't want paper to foam contact. My glue gun's been heating up here. So what I'm going to do is, I know I've got a big crack, so I'm going to really pile on the glue. Come in here, push it right on into place, just like that. And get it centered, push it up. And I'm going to push the motor in while I'm doing this. That way it pushes that foam into place. And we're going to let that cool. So some of the problems we did have with this in the last video, as you saw, this propeller actually came off. The reason why is that I thought I could possibly take a normal one, just make this rotate clockwise instead of counterclockwise, and make it go. And that's true, it did do that. The problem with that is that the threads and everything are made to, when it creates tension, to tend to want it to screw tighter. Excuse me. In this case, with it going the opposite way, it loosens it up and throws it all out. So I'm going to order the correct prop, the reverse of this, so that it can spin counterclockwise and get the correct thrust and everything so it doesn't spin off. Did find some certain things out. First off, I am going to have to switch this motor out. This is a 1400 kV motor. The lower the kV, the bigger the prop you want to use. So with 1400 kV, this needs to be at least a 7 to 8 inch prop and not a small one. So that's part of the reason why we're not getting enough thrust to really get this moving. So I do have the proper motor for this. I have a 2200, which I'm going to switch out to try to make this fly. Also found out that on the Piper, this is an 1800 kV motor, which means it also needs a slightly smaller prop at 1800. A 6-inch prop is the suggested one, so we've gone with a smaller prop here. I think that might be part of the problem that we had, and maybe the solution to getting it to fly. So I put a 6-inch prop on it. Again, we're going to move the battery forward to try to get more forward weight, and we'll see if that flies. Now, here's our problem with the Flatty. The Flatty, we had a larger prop on, and we had the 2200 kV motor. So this motor needed to be on this plane, and this motor needed to be on this plane. So that's possibly why we had some of the problems. We are going to switch that up, switch these two motors. I may do this on camera just to show how I open this up and switch the motors out. So this has been a learning experience for me. I wasn't 100% sure what all the kV on everything meant. I did a little research online, also did it on YouTube. I had a lot of great channels that talk about this kind of stuff, and there's charts if you look it up online. and there's plenty of videos. I don't have any off the top of my head to let you know, but found out that this is uh, a common thing. Most people don't realize this. This is why I'm teaching you as I learn what what we can do to solve these problems. So we're going to switch those two motors out and then kind of go from there, see what, if any difference it makes. Hopefully it makes all the difference in the world and these models will fly. I've given a lot of thought to this stealthy flyer. I'm sure a lot of you have said this if you're, flyers and builders yourself, that this is such a small wingspan and that there's really not a lot of actual wing surface down here to give it flight. But remember, we also have these, and then inside also that flat surface that the air is still going across. So technically it's, in my opinion, again, I'm no aerodynamics expert, it should still fly as if we have the whole core side to side. And I've seen smaller deltas fly. So we're going to switch these motors out. We'll do this on a video just to let y'all see the troubles that I go through dealing with this kind of stuff. And we'll give it another maiden flight when it's all done, as long as the winds cooperate. I am in California, Southern California, so when we get the Santa Ana winds coming through like we have right now, there's not a lot of good days to fly. It took me so long to do the maiden flights originally because we had so much wind, and really anytime you're doing a maiden flight you want to do it on the calmest day that you can find, preferably no wind whatsoever. I ended up going in early enough where we had very little wind, and as you saw in the video it picked up a little bit and then died down. So right now we've just got crazy winds, and of course it's changing seasons right now. So we are in fall. This video is on November 2nd, so seasons change, winds pick up. It's just the nature of it. Of course, all the weather channels are saying that we're due for winds for quite some time, so maybe we won't have a maiden flight for a bit. Luckily, being in Southern California, we have nice weather the majority of the time. We will see when we can do. So that is it for this video. I hope you've all learned a little something. I know I have. I want to thank you for joining the channel. We're getting a lot of views. I'm really excited about it. We're up to 28 as of today, 28 subscribers. The last video got 37 views. So either a lot of you are watching this twice, or we've got a lot of people that are watching this but not subscribing. I urge you, please subscribe, like these videos, comment if you want. That's one of the reasons I've got it set so that it's not good for children. Obviously, I don't curse on camera. Off camera is a whole different thing, but on camera I try not to curse so that it's good for kids, and they're not learning dirty words from me. But it also, with it turned off, the not made for kids, it allows you all to write comments in. So please write a comment if you have a question. I'm happy to answer to the best of my knowledge and ability, and we will go from there. So like, subscribe. Thank you for watching these. It really motivates me to want to make more content. I will try to continue to do more content, make more content as I can. And we will go from there. So thank you, folks. Go make it. You can do it. I do it. Again, I'm showing you everything from my failures and how we learn, and hopefully we'll see all these successes. One of the things I would like to do in the future is take the Swan or the oldie out and fly that for you all so you can see that. So we will go from there. All right, go make it. You can do it. Have fun. We'll see you next time.